Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know why I'm talking like that. What the fuck? Hi, everybody. Hold on. I can hear myself a little bit too well. Okay, well, I'll deal with that in a minute. Actually, let's just cook that up for now. Ha. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another tantalizing episode of NXT Losos, the sexiest NXT review show on the internet. Unfortunately, as always, hi Talia, I see you lurking there. I'm going to call you out specifically. Anywho, welcome to this show. I'm unfortunately solo again this week. Mikey just got El Jefe of our BC Wrestle Pod just got back into school, and it's his second or third day with the kids, and he is tired. So he is probably going to take a break for tonight, and then what we'll do is you'll have me this week, and then next week for the go home show before Heat Wave, which is the following Sunday. We will he'll be back in hell or high water, and he's gonna clean a little bit of our fancy dancy icons here. So it's instead of when we have to do a single, I can have a single, and when we have a double, I can have a double scene. But anyway, let us get breaking down into the night. First things first, we have El Boricua. I said it wrong. El Boricua himself, Cruz Montana, coming out, calling out Zilla Fatu for ruining his chance last week. To get that number one contender spot against Tony D'Angelo at Heat Wave. He's going on and gets interrupted by Rey Fenix. Great guy, the current cruiserweight champion of AAA, who comes out to have a chit chat with him, sit there and go. They have a quick conversation, and then Rey Fenix, cuts a promo talking about he's ready to take on whoever the next challenger is, because the first match of the night is a four-way, or fatal four-way between EK Prosper, this little nugget of goofy sheep shearing beauty pageant pus man, Tristan Angels, whatever, Romeo. God, how do I pronounce his last name again? Romeo Morello, who's from Spain, great guy. Actually got a chance. I probably said this a week prior, but when Minikil was in town, I got to meet Romeo after as we were waiting for the bus, and he got some pictures with him, got to hang out, chat a little bit, and then of course the legendary La Parca. This was an amazing match. A lot of high flying, a lot of action. Tristan did nothing. I remember Romeo, La Parca, and EK going at it, fist, punch for punch, slap for slap. Those three were phenomenal. EK picks up the win here, which kind of makes me a little sad because I was hoping to get to see my boy Romeo, be able to win this. But hey, that's okay. We can always build on to the next. And you know what? Maybe soon we'll see more from Romeo and hopefully get him something. Then we get this little backstage segment of the QCC and the Vanity Project. I love what Kendall says to the boys. They're like, "Oh, she's the Vanity and you're the Project." That was so good. That was just great. Then we had this match, which was really disappointing. It was Natty against the Thea Hale, deserves so much better. And then after the fact, Natty and her crew decide to beat the crap out of Thea and force Jada Parker to watch. And I'm like, y'all doing our girls dirty. Like, why you gotta do dad dirty like that? Like, what the hell? She's an amazing wrestler, amazing person. Why you gotta do that. Natty is a fucking part-timer. She's an old part-timer that shouldn't even be hanging out in NXT. She probably go retire, go back to the dungeon, and just hang out there. But she's doing a good job of what she's doing. Then we get this little vignette between, our boys Lucian and Bronco Lima. Bronco just got kicked out of Perros de la Mar, and now we're seeing OTM not breaking up. Thank God. But definitely Bronco just is getting ready to go ham on Mr. I Draw My Beard On, which is the next match. This match literally was freaking Lexus King running away because he didn't want to get chopped in the chest again. That split him open. You can see a little scar almost on his chest, right at his chest bone, where Bronco just ham-cocked him hard. Oh my God, that was so loud. And yeah, he he just ran around. Now, unfortunately, Lucian, because of interference, Lucian loses this match. And even though Birthright tried to step up, Bronco came in and helped out his boy. And looks like they made up, and they're good people. They're good together now. And then we have Whiny Bitch, Daddy, and Boppy come out into the ring to have a little casual chat here, because Grayson Waller wants to be a little baby bitch and try and talk shit and try and get his heel cred up, where he just sounds like a fucking wanker. And then all three come in the ring, and Robert Stone comes out and says, "Hey, he's not here yet, and he's not signed yet, and blah 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 blah. So we're not going to do any of this nonsense. But you will have a three-way for this match for the NXT title championship at Heatwave. So it's going to be Grayson Waller, Cruz Montana versus Grayson Waller versus Cruz Montana versus Tony D'Angelo for the NXT Men's Championship." And then we come backstage to our boy Shiloh Hill, who's healthy and back and ready to roll, hanging out with Lizzie Rain. And she's like, man, literally the funny part, I love how they set this up. And he's like, hey, she's like, hey, I'm kind of really upset that so and so interrupted my interview last week. And and then Miles comes up and he's like, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. And she's like, no, that's good. I'm like, no, you can stay because this is cool. Hey, you're basically, fighting this match with no incentive. How about if you win, I'll give you a shot at my North American title. Which, it's great because really the only benefit Shiloh has out of this match is basically kicking Jackson Drake's ass, which he does for most of the match. But now that he has a potential title shot, that it's a good incentive. I think that's great. I think our boy needs some gold around his belt. This was disturbing as fuck. Freaking Keanu Carver just sitting all nice and casual, like, here's some coffee, Robert Stone. Okay, you creep me the fuck out. What the fuck you do to my coffee? And then then bitch boy number 2 comes in, and Mr. So many percent healthy, blah 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 blah, whatever. Freaking whatever. Anyway, so that was a interesting confrontation. I don't know what they're doing. It's a little creepy. I like it, but it's a little like, what the fuck. Then we have this match where it's Kalani Jordan and Kerry Armstrong versus Kendall Gray and it's Rinkishi. Um, this was a good match. Shoot, I forget. Let me double check myself because I always forget things. This is why I need to take notes when I'm when I'm doing these. When I'm watching the shows, I really need to uh take notes because I will forget. Where is what I need? BC. Here we are. I actually forgot. I swear you posted it. Did he not? Oh, he didn't. All right, I was hoping that Mikey had posted the report card for whatchamacallit for NXT last night, but unfortunately he did not. So if I remember right, let me do my quick Google search. NXT. Yeah. Kelly Armstrong and Kalani Jordan defeated Ren QCC. I think there was a bit of interference at one point, but there was a distracted ref. My brain's a little fuzzy because it's been a long day. Moving on. I actually wasn't paying attention when these two were talking because they were just they're going to fight in a steel cage match at Heatwave, or the next week or at Heatwave. One of the two. Let them go to town. I like how he's all butthurt that he has to be in a steel cage match against Saquon. Because it's like, oh, what you want no boys? Ooh. Yeah, because every time you fucking have those two goofy gooners, the best way I can put them, they interfere with the match. So yeah, obviously we want you and Saquon solo Doko basically. All right, moving on. This was a good match. The ending was disappointing, but it was a good match all the same. I actually love the fact that Shiloh always puts on great matches. I love everything about it. Unfortunately, he lost to Jackson Drake, so that means that Heatwave, Miles Bourne has to fight twice. Once to defend his tag team titles against him, and Davion Heights have to defend against the swipe right douche nozzles, and then Miles later on has to fight against Jackson Drake for his North American title. And then we have this little thing where it's like, oh, blah, 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 talk. I'm dominant and goth mommy. And Robert Stone's like, why am I here? Why are you two in my office? Anyway, moving on, we get Zilla's signing because hello, he was wanting all that smoke. He's in the middle cutting a promo. Fucking Grayson Waller comes out. Cruz comes out. Tony's standing on the announce table, like they're all staring each other down, wanting to go at it. And they were just feeding off that energy. There was a lot going on that last night, and it was really good. But everything was like this. It was a lot of talking heads, not a lot of wrestling. But that was pretty much last night. Boom, done. Hey, I did it in 15 minutes practically. Yeah, that was NXT last night. It was even though it was 2 hours of talking heads with some wrestling sprinkled in, there was a lot of stuff to help with the build up for Heat Wave. We got the go home show next Tuesday, so I'm not going only because I'm taking a break from going to that side of the county. It's like a 30 to 45-minute drive for me. I'm a little tired. I'm a little old. I'll probably go sometime, I don't know, in the near future. We'll see. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. You can always catch us on all the socials, BC Wrestle Pod at pretty much everywhere that you want. If you want to watch the recordings, you can catch them up on YouTube. Obviously, we're on most of your favorite streaming platforms, Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. We have a Ko-fi. Hold on, let me post it to all the chats. If you want to help us pay for all of what we watch, because we watch a lot, and most of it, Mikey's the one who is paying for it. You also have, where are you? We also have a fourth wall, a BC Wrestle Pod shop.fourthwall.com. Linked in the comics. Purchase some merch. Help us out. I got my BC Wrestle Pod. I got my NXT Loso shirt over there. It's what I wear every day, every time I go. So if you happen to be at the PC one week, and you see a man in a kilt, that's me. But shout out to my boy Fatherless, who's tomorrow night actually is second taping, airing, whatever you want to say, of Fatherless Greenlit, showcasing the best indie wrestlers in the area. Give them a follow, give them a shout. Take some time out and support local. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Stay loved. Remember, you always deserve to finish your story. Peace. Oh shit! Wrong button. I pushed the wrong button. What's a stream without a streamer fucking up? Bye.